Take out your phone, scroll to your contacts. Now count how many of those names you haven't actually spoken to in over a year. Don't feel bad about the number. I want you to just notice it. Here's what nobody warns you about getting older. You spend your 20s and 30s collecting people, almost by accident. Co-workers, other parents at the school pickup, the couple you met at a dinner party in 1994. And then, somewhere past 60, the collecting stops and the losing begins, and it loses quietly. No fight, no falling out. Just a slow erosion nobody sends a card for. A few field notes, gathered from a lot of people my age, including myself. 1. Friendships don't usually end. They expire, the way a magazine subscription does. Nobody cancels it. It just stops arriving. Someone moves to be near their grandkids. Someone's spouse gets sick, and their whole world shrinks to a hospital schedule. Someone dies, and you realize you were the last two people who still called it our restaurant, and now it's just yours. 2. The psychologist Laura Carstensen has a theory about this that I find strangely comforting. Socio-emotional selectivity, she calls it. The idea is, that as we sense time getting shorter, we don't randomly lose people. We narrow, on purpose, mostly without noticing, toward the relationships that actually nourish us and away from the ones that were just there. Some of what feels like loss is actually your own good instincts, quietly editing. 3, and this is the one that stings. Not every friendship that fades was a low-value one. Some of the people you've drifted from were genuinely dear to you. The drifting isn't a verdict on the friendship. It's often just logistics, distance, health, timing, dressed up as if it meant something deeper. 4. Grief for a friend is a real grief, and it gets almost no cultural permission. There's no leave from work for it. Nobody brings a casserole. If a friend of 40 years moves into memory care, or simply stops returning calls because her own life has closed in around her, you are allowed to mourn that. It is a real loss. Grieve it like one. 5. Making new friends after 60 is harder, and also more possible than people assume. Harder, because the natural machinery that made friendship easy, school, young kids, a shared office, is mostly gone. More possible, because you now know exactly what you're looking for, which 25-year-old you never did. A retired teacher I know joined a Wednesday pottery class specifically to meet people, told nobody her actual goal, and 3 years later has a standing lunch with 2 women from that class. She still can't throw a decent bowl. That's not really why she went. 6. Technology gets blamed for a lot of this, and I think unfairly. A phone that can call anyone on Earth in 3 seconds has made the actual reaching easier than it's ever been in human history. What's changed isn't the tool, it's the excuse. We used to say, "I don't have her number anymore." Now the number is sitting right there, and the excuse has quietly become, "Too much time has passed," which isn't really a logistical problem at all. It's a story we tell ourselves to avoid feeling awkward for 30 seconds. So here's something practical, not just comforting. Pick one name from that list you scrolled through. Not the closest one, the one you've thought about, but keep meaning to reach. Send exactly this. "I was thinking about you today. No reason, just wanted you to know." Nothing else. No apology for the silence. No explanation for the gap. Just that. You don't owe anyone an accounting of the years you didn't call. Most people, when they hear from someone they'd quietly given up on, don't calculate the debt. They just feel glad. The collecting years and the losing years aren't actually 2 separate chapters. They're the same skill, used differently, reaching out, and this time reaching back. You still know how. It's been in you the whole time, under the excuses about being busy. Send the text before you finish your coffee. See what comes back.